All right, again, as a recap, this is Objective 7 for Math 131, adding and subtracting polynomials. For part 1, we are starting with how to add polynomials. And for our first example, example 1, we added 3x squared plus 2x minus 7 plus 7x cubed minus 3 plus 4x squared. And we are doing the horizontal method. So we can rewrite everything like this and basically pull it out of the parentheses and combine like terms, or we can rewrite everything and go ahead and put it in descending order so that we can clearly see the like terms that we are combining, all right? And then when we combine like terms, this is our final answer, okay? So let's look at another example. So for example 2, we are going to add 4x squared plus 5x minus 3 plus 7x cubed minus 7x plus 1 plus, we got one more, 2x minus 3x squared plus 4x cubed plus 1, all right? So we're adding 3 polynomials together, all right? And for this one, we're going to do the vertical format. So some of you may like the vertical format better, okay? So with the vertical format, we want to kind of think about how back in the day when we added and subtracted and we lined everything up with the place values, we want to do that same thing, but we're lining everything up by the like terms. So let's look at this first polynomial. We got 4x squared plus 5x minus 3, okay? Now, if we look at our next polynomial, the 7x cubed, let's make this our x cubed column. We don't have a term in here that has a x squared, but the next one we have is a minus 7x, and then we have a plus 1. So you see how I'm putting those terms in the column that match the like term, okay? If we look at our third polynomial, we got a 2x. So we're going to put that here, and it doesn't have a negative sign in front of it, so we know that it's positive. Then we have a minus 3x squared, so I'm going to put that here. Then we have a plus 4x cubed, so we know that's positive. And then we have a plus 1. So now we have everything lined up in the appropriate place, okay? So it really doesn't matter where you start, but let's just say we start on the right side. We got -3 plus 1 plus 1. That's going to be -1. If we go to the next column, we got 5x minus 7x plus 2x. That's actually going to be 0. All of that is going to cancel out. And then if we go to the next column, we have 4x squared minus 3x squared. That's just going to leave us with x squared. And if we go to the next column, we have 7x cubed and 4x cubed, which is going to be 11x cubed. And because this right here is a positive x squared. So that's why we know to put that plus sign there. And so this is our final answer. We have 11x cubed plus x squared minus 1. That's the final answer, okay? So some of you will like to do the horizontal method. Some of you will like to do the vertical method. If you have 3 or more polynomials that you're trying to add, I would probably recommend to do the vertical method so that you can kind of see better and be able to line everything up to determine what you need to add together. All right. Let's look at one more example for part 1 before we go on to part 2. So for example 3, we have 5x squared minus x plus 6 plus negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 11. All right. And for this one, let's do the vertical method. And some of you will want to show your work like this. Instead of rewriting it, you may want to show me the terms that you are combining, okay? So the 5x squared and the negative 2x squared, let's say you underline both of those twice, and then you write 3x squared. This is showing me what you are combining, okay? Next, we can do negative x and 3x. That's going to give us 2x. And then for the constant terms, 6 and minus 11, that will give us minus 5, okay? So when I ask for you to show your work, I'm looking for you to do the same things that I am doing in the lecture videos in class and on the videos, okay? Now for part 2, we're going to look at how to subtract polynomials. So in order to do this, we need the additive inverse of a polynomial. And what that means is if we have a negative in front of a polynomial, what we have to do is multiply everything by that negative or change the sign of everything, okay? So that is the additive inverse, okay? That's how it works. So for example 1, we are asked to subtract 3x squared minus 7xy plus y squared minus negative 4x squared plus 7xy minus 3y squared, okay? So when we have that negative sign in the middle, it adds another step, okay? So what I recommend is to rewrite that first polynomial, then rewrite the second one by changing the sign of everything, okay? So that negative 4x squared is now going to be plus 4x squared. That 7xy is now going to be negative 7xy. And that negative 3y squared is now going to be positive 3y squared. After you have rewritten it like this, then I will proceed with combining the like terms. With the addition problem, some of you will be able to combine like terms from the beginning, like what we did in example 3, but I don't recommend that when it's a subtraction problem. I recommend to rewrite it, make sure that you multiply that negative through or change the signs so that you can clearly see what you have and then combine your like terms from there, okay? So if we look at the terms that we have in common, we got 3x squared. We got 3x squared and 4x squared. That will be 7x squared. We got negative 7xy and negative 7xy. That's going to be negative 14xy. And then we have y squared and 3y squared. That's going to be plus 4y squared. Okay. And so that will be the final answer for example 1. All right. Let's do one more subtraction. All right, we got x squared minus 2x plus 7 minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 7, okay? So we're going to rewrite that first polynomial, x squared minus 2x plus 7. Then this second polynomial, we're going to change the sign of everything. And it's like we're multiplying everything by a negative. So the sign of everything will change. Then we can combine the like terms. So x squared minus 3x squared is going to be negative 2x squared, negative 2x and 4x is going to be positive 2x, and positive 7 and negative 7 is going to be 0. So this will be our final answer, okay? Okay, for part 3, we're going to look at the function notation as how it affects adding and subtracting polynomials. So you could get a question that says, given p of x equals 3x squared minus 2x plus 4, and r of x equals negative 5x cubed plus 4x plus 7, find p of x plus r of x and p of x minus r of x, okay? So we're doing the same exact thing that we did in part 1 and part 2, but the question is just using the function notation to ask us to do it, okay? So to find p of x plus r of x, that means that we're taking those two and we're going to add them together, okay? So to do this, we can let's rewrite it. Take it out of the parentheses. And then we can combine those like terms. And then, of course, we want to make sure that we put it in descending order. Okay? For the p of x minus r of x, it's the same thing. We're going to have that p of x that they gave us minus the r of x that they gave us. And for this one, we can rewrite it again. But we have to remember to change the sign of everything in that second polynomial. Then we can combine the like terms. and then make sure we have our final answer in descending order. Okay. So that completes objective 7 for Math 131, parts 1 through 3. With this, you should be able to successfully complete your homework.